Welcome to NURS 600, Transforming Healthcare with Informatics Systems and Technology in the fall of 2024. This is a new format. We're using Blackboard Ultra. So if you're used to regular Blackboard, this is going to look a little different. It might take a little used to getting used to. And so I'll be a little bit more involved in this first video. So you'll see when this is the student preview I'm in. So this is what you see. You'll have your content, your calendar, some announcements, discussions, gradebook, messages, and groups. If you're in any groups, that's where they'll be. You'll see down here the course faculty. You'll see here some course content, and then it will give you some details and actions. You may see your course syllabus, course textbooks. You're not going to see a roster, I don't think, but that just gives you an idea of kind of what this is going to look like in this new Ultra view if you have not. So I'm going to pause this. We're going to jump into the syllabus. In the previous page here, if you come back here, the course syllabus takes you here, and then I'm going to click on this course syllabus, will allow you to download it. You can also come over here and it will drop it down for you, but I'm going to download this so that we can get a good look at it. You can click right over here on this little button. It will download the syllabus for you. So you can see my information, my phone, office hours via Zoom. Just contact me, email me, or even text me to set up a time to Zoom with you. And this is where you'll see the course descriptions. We're going to look at some leadership skills needed to effectively interface between the emerging field of data science technology and interdisciplinary clinical users. So you're going to learn throughout the course to use meaningful data analytics to perform impact evaluations that improve patient outcomes. So, just a little bit about the course description. The course goal for this course is that we are going to apply systems-level evidence-based strategies to solve clinical issues based on the principles of integrative nursing leadership. Now, as you can see, some things are highlighted in red here. These are my, it's Grammarly kind of correcting some things. So that's where you will see the red squiggly, of course, is something that it thinks is misspelled. So our course text is Health Informatics Systems Perspective, 2nd edition. And then as you come down here, we're going to look at some outcomes. There are some recommended books. You should have the APA publication manual, or you should have APA the easy way. So either of those books, you just want to make sure that you have something to help you with APA formatting throughout the course. And so again, recommended course book would be Communicate Like a Leader. It is not required. So your course outcomes, these are what are the mission and values of Mercyhurst University, and they're the core value, especially reflectively aware, and those are going to inform our course outcomes. So you can read through these and you can see, which course in the MSN degree is meeting what need. And then you're also going to, if you want to see more learning outcomes, we're going to jump down to different sections. But grading. So grading here, the discussion. So our discussion is how we engage in dialogue with one another in an online setting. If this is your first course, then, you have questions, please reach out. If you have been in courses before, you know that this is how we connect with one another, how we ask thoughtful questions, we give comments, because we want to enhance the learning. So the grading rubrics are located within the syllabus. We're going to jump down and find those. And you just want to make sure that you participate in those discussions. Course-specific assignments, of course, those are going to be indicated as we go through. You'll see them here. So we're going to have a discussion each week, 50 points per week. This is a mini. So the thing to know about minis is that you're taking a 14-week class and moving it into a 7-week class. So there will be a lot of content to cover in assignments because it's 14 weeks condensed into 7. You'll see data analytics evaluation papers that you will have due. Everything will be due on Sundays. Your initial post for your discussion will be due by Thursdays. And then, of course, you'll see this meaningful use presentation that we're going to be working on, which is due week 3, technology and healthcare project, and our final course reflection, which is due in week 7. Now, this technology and healthcare project is using these components of the data analytics evaluation to build it. So that is where those will be coming from. So you can look through the grading scale. You can look at these policies and procedures. Make sure you look at the due dates and late penalties. If you turn something in after the fact and you haven't spoken with me about it prior to the due date, then it's going to result in a loss of points. That is just because we have to follow the syllabus. So please reach out if you're having an issue with something, and very flexible to work with you. You can see student-faculty communication. It says monitor your email at least 3 times per week. I send out emails usually on, Sunday evenings with the announcement for the course that comes across the course and through the email. And then I will send emails throughout the week. So just checking your email just to make sure that you're not missing something, or I may ask you a question. So please, be cognizant of checking your student email, and it has to be your student email that I communicate with. I'm not able to or permitted to contact you through a personal email. So please use your school email to reach out to me. And then you can look through admissions, assignment submission, and file types, usually in Word or PowerPoint. Unless there's something else that I ask for. Please don't submit PDFs because I can't give comments and look at things then. So unless, of course, they say it's okay to use a PDF. You can read through the institutional policy on academic honesty, the honor code, attendance, which is different for us because we're online, but there are still due dates that you do have to follow. And then you have your accessibility services and accommodations or academic support that you can look through, Title IX, and your student rating of instruction. This is idea evaluations, and those are at the end of the semester or the mini semester, and you'll be asked to complete those and give us feedback so that we can make sure that we are meeting your needs for learning in a way that suits you, or you can give any feedback that's positive. And there's always good constructive feedback as well that we can use to make the courses better. There is a writing center that you can reach out to if you have any questions about writing. We have a tutoring center, and then you have these additional campus resources. And we come down here into the student learning outcomes, which you can read through, the in-lead program outcomes, or the master's degree program outcomes. So, and then each class that you take will have this class schedule with week 1, what we're doing, and the activities. So you'll follow this along for the 7 weeks, and you'll complete each one, and it tells you what's due, what to read, etc. So definitely, I don't know about you, but I like to print out my syllabus and write all over it. So, make sure that you have read the syllabus and you understand what will be due for you as you go through each week. Major assignments. The data analytics evaluation is going to be based off of the national patient safety goals that are developed each year by the Joint Commission. They're looking at emerging quality and safety issues. Evidence-based practices in healthcare are, of course, vital to how we improve our patient outcomes. So you're going to evaluate a real or simulated clinical issue. It doesn't have to be a real issue. And then it's going to be providing the foundation for your technology and healthcare project. So each of these data analytic evaluation papers are just going to be concise, only 1 to 2 pages, and specific. You'll have to follow Word, APA, 7th edition formatting, and submit in a Word document. And then these are the timelines. So components that'll be due. Week 1 will be the problem that you'd like to look at. Week 2 will be the target or goal that you'd like to achieve. Week 4 will be the data, and week 5 will be the results. So as you think about your first 2024 National Patient Safety Goals, there's a link in the week 1 of the course, and look at what those are, and then think about a problem that you may be experiencing at work, or that you could imagine, if you wanted to do an issue that is simulated and not real. So you can look at those National Patient Safety Goals and choose a problem. So what you're going to do in this first data analytics evaluation is just define the problem. And your problem is, the clinical problem is clearly identified and directly related to information systems or technology. So when you're looking at your problem, you want to make sure that you're relating it to information systems or technology, because that is what our course is based on, right? So for example, if you were looking at medication error safety, if that was one of the National Patient Safety Goals, then you might think about barcoding. So just for an example, you can look at hand washing. You can, so go through those National Patient Safety Goals and see what you would like to look at into, and then what your problem is that you would like to directly relate to information systems or technology. And of course, if you have any questions, you can reach out, and I'd be happy to help identify the problem. And so that the significance of the problem is clearly identified, similarly to those National patient safety goals. And then the grading rubric is going to be below this. I'm going to go to that in just a moment. Data analytics evaluation number 2, the target or goal. Again, this is worth 100 points. So the problem was clearly identified and directly related to information systems or technology, which you already will have done in part 1. So you're just going to kind of clean that up based on any comments that I give you. And then the significance of the problem is going to be clearly identified. So again, you're taking this first part, you're revising it to make it clearer or better, and then the target or goal is just out identified. So if we were taking that med example in barcoding, then maybe our target or goal is that we want to reach 100% barcoding within the nurses. So you're just kind of adding to each point each week, and you want to use references to talk about these, right? So if you're telling me that there's a problem with med errors and barcoding, then you should have literature to support that. And, what is, maybe there's something that is a target or goal that you found in the research that is normal. So if you say your target or goal is that you want to reach 50%, and the literature is saying, well, all hospitals should be at least 90% or higher, then obviously you don't have any research to support a 50% goal. So looking at that and just thinking about it, what is your target or goal that you want to attain in whatever problem you choose? And then the third section is going to be the data. So this is basically restating your problem, restating your significance, restating your target or goal, and making sure that you're clarifying those from previous assignments that I've given you feedback on. And then you're going to look at data. So applicable data is presented. So this is the instance where you could use something from work if you were, if you knew the answer to this. Maybe you're doing the barcoding on your unit, and your unit is only at, I'm just making this up, 60%, right? So you can state currently, at this institution or organization in this unit, the medicine bar scanning is only at 40% or 50%, which I'm sure it's not, but and then you can say our goal is to reach 90, and here is the data. And you can just say on this unit, this is the data and where it was collected from, how you collect it, how you would collect it if you're not sure this is a new problem to you. You want to state how you would collect that data and what your data is. And then in the evaluation 4 is the results. So it would be that you are looking to implement your a solution with technology to achieve your results. So you would restate your problem, your certificate, your significance, your target or goal that you already identified, the data that you presented. Maybe you gave baseline data and said, the baseline data is that we were at 40%, and then the results, you're evaluating them against the goal or outcome, and the expected results are identified. So you're saying, this is what we want to do in this project that we're doing, and we started out at a baseline of 40, we implemented some measures, and here's how we got to 90. So that's kind of how you're looking at this, as you're piecing it together and presenting it in that format. And then the grading result here is you can read through each of these. Assignment expectations. Is your information clear? Did you address each section? Recommendations and limitations are based on the evidence. So are you integrating evidence that you read about and putting it into your problem, into your all of those components? And then subject knowledge, do you understand what you're writing about? Do you understand the issue? If you're talking about this, maybe hand washing at your organization and your unit or whatnot, do you understand what the hand washing goals are? Do you understand what your protocol is at work, etc., that type of thing. Content, you're following current reference recommendations. Maybe the current recommendations are that, you install hand sanitizers at every door. Whatever the recommendations are for reference is what you want to kind of follow. Professionalism is that it's concise and clear evaluation. No spelling or grammar errors. Please use your little editor button it will help you. Please make sure that you have all APA formatting correct. This is my least favorite part about teaching, is that we have to, we grade you on APA formatting, and I like to help teach you about, some of these errors, but you do have to use your book, and I'll also post some helpful tip sheets in the course that I found from the APA Style, which is the APA, they created their own website where you can find all of this information. It's very helpful. So I'll place those in there. And so we don't want to have more than 4 errors in APA formatting, because that's going to give you less than 10 points. And so make sure that you're checking those for errors in APA formatting. So your meaningful use presentation, we'll get into this a little bit more. It's looking at the high tech in the era, American Reinvestment Recovery Act, which is the high tech act as well. So you can read through that. There'll be more information on it. And then you are looking at the pillars, and you're going to compose an original, written summary of the 3 meaningful use components and the background information, current examples, and current state of the policy priority. And then you're going to, look at cms.gov or ahrq.gov to find out more information about that. And then you're going to look into, summarizing this policy priority. What is this meaningful use about? What are the current examples of what is happening with meaningful use, the current state of the policy, and then the professionalism. So and we'll go through more about this as the time goes on. I'll give you more information. And so this is, again, your rubric. And then you've got your technology and healthcare project, which is going to build on your previous assignments. And then you're going to create a PowerPoint or a Prezi or anything that you want with a recording to discuss that. So all you'll be doing is adding an introduction. You already have your, you'll expand upon your background information. You have your problem and significance, your target or goal, your data and results already finished. So you're just going to introduce some of this information, get some background information, and kind of make this a more comprehensive project. And you can see the professionalism here. There is your technology grading rubric. And then as we go down, you'll see final course reflection, which we'll get to that a little later. You can read through this, though it's important. And then your discussion board. So again, being cautious to note the discussion board. Make sure that you read through the purpose, the requirements. You'll notice that it opens on Mondays and closes on Sundays. And then we don't want to use Wikipedia or any blogs. And you want to make sure that you have your initial post posted by Thursday. It should be at least more than 200 words. It should be at least supported with a scholarly reference, and that can be your textbook, peer-reviewed journals, or credible websites. And then your responses are due by Sunday, at minimum 2 peer responses. The responses to the professor are also considered peer responses, but I would prefer that you reply back to your peers, because that's what you're here for, to learn, and I'm really just a tool to kind of help you. So please reply to your peers for the most part. You can, if I leave a comment, you can just reply back a few sentences, and don't make it anything, great. That takes a lot of time. But I really would like you to make sure that you do reply back to your peers with more than 150 words, and then supported with scholarly references. So you'll see this discussion board rubric below. Critical thinking, uniqueness, listening to others, etc. So again, you can reply to me, but it doesn't have to. If you reply to me, you do not have to use scholarly references, but you should reply to your 2 peers with references to add to the learning about what they're discussing with you as well. So that is the main part of the syllabus that I wanted to do, and then in week 1 you will have a new video just to go over the rest of week 1.